Hello, everybody. It's Rena Jadov here from healpeople.org, a social nonprofit on a mission to help you stay active and joyful during this crazy corona crisis. And we've got with us Dr. Wendy Duggal today. Hi, Wendy.
Hi there. Hi, Rena. How are you all?
We are good. We're just so delighted to have you join us today because you've got some wonderful positivity to bring to our listeners and our tribe.
I certainly do.
Now, you've been in the front line. You're seeing some of the horrors that are out there, and you're fighting the good fight, as I've said to so many people, doctors like yourself, nurses, all the frontline workers. You know, you're the soldiers in this war.
And you know, today is National Doctors Day, by the way. So I wanted to just wish all my doctors and my colleagues, my friends, a happy Doctors Day, and stay safe, and may God bless you all.
Why didn't we promote it better?
No,
I didn't see it anywhere on social media. It should have been.
I think it's just something that they do in just individually in buildings and stuff like that.
Oh gosh, we need to celebrate it.
Just like I think, just as John Muir, or I think it is National Doctors Day. I mean, I've seen it all over, but maybe they just celebrate it in the doctor's offices.
Well, we should be celebrating it outside and in our homes, and just the way we celebrate veterans. We need to be, definitely celebrating our soldiers, which is you guys in the front lines. And now, how are you managing? Because of course, you've got a family, you've got children, you've got in-laws living with you, and there you are going out there, dealing with patients that are infected, coming home, and trying to lead a normal life. What's kind of the toll that this has taken on your life? And then how are you staying positive?
Okay, so I mean, we're all human, right? So we do have our ups and downs, but the most important thing is to stay focused, stay calm, and stay positive, right? So staying positive can be difficult, but I have my little ways of managing my stress, ways of just trying to be positive. I actually start my day with a prayer, okay? And this is a prayer that my brother taught me, and he's been doing this for the past 1 year, and he's been telling us family members to do this every day. And it's just in the last 6 months, even before Corona took place, I started doing this every morning. So the first thing when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I say is, I am so happy and grateful now that the universe is bringing me all good people, good things, and good news today, tomorrow, and every day. And I just say, thank you, thank you, thank you. So that's the way I start my morning.
Can we do that one more time, Wendy? I'm going to ask everyone who's listening in now, close your eyes, take a couple of deep, deep breaths. And as Wendy says each line, I want you to repeat it out loud. So Wendy, let's do this prayer with you right now. All right, everyone, take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. You sigh it out, so it takes out all that you've been holding in. So deep breath in and sigh it out, like feel all that tension draining out of your fingertips, literally draining away from you. And let's start repeating after Wendy every line. All right, Wendy, let's lead the way.
I am so happy and grateful now.
I am so happy and grateful now.
That the universe is bringing me.
That the universe is bringing me.
All good people.
All good people.
Good things.
Good things.
And good news.
And good news.
Today.
Today.
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
And every day.
And every day.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Beautiful. There's so much power in gratitude, and there's so much power in the word thank you. We just don't say it enough. So this is beautiful. So this is how you start your day.
Yes, that's how I start my day. And then it's also not just protecting myself, I'm also trying to protect my family. So the way I go about my day is thinking not just for me, but for my family, like what can I do for them? So in the process of thinking for them, that is also positivity, right? Because I'm creating whatever is negative around me, I'm actually creating this positivity by doing something positive to negate anything that's negative around me. So what I'm doing is, the first thing when I wake up, I want to make a smoothie, right? I'm going to make a smoothie and I'll put, I don't know, different types of ingredients every day. I experiment with my family. Sometimes they like it, sometimes they don't, but they all have to drink it. Otherwise, I give them the scare they're going to get coronavirus. And so we have that. And then, and then the one thing I like to do every morning, I am very spiritual. So I either put the Gayatri mantra, or I have the Hanuman Chalisa playing first thing in the morning before I go to work. And that's on Alexa. So I just tell Alexa, start my day, and that's how she goes about it. And then obviously, with all those positive energies, the positive thoughts, I go to work, because then that creates an environment of positivity. After that, I get to work. And I'm surrounded by all my physician friends and my medical assistants. When you get there, you have some people who will be very positive, who will always have an upbeat attitude. And then there are some people who will give you the bad news as well, who will be like, oh my gosh, have you seen what happened in the news today? Or have you seen our numbers? Oh, I am so scared. Or, what are we going to do? What's going to happen? So I think in that situation too, you just have to kind of create a positive environment for them as well. So what I tell them is like, let's do something about it. Let's be more positive. Let's, okay, so today we're going to do an exercise for the whole group. Or I will just say some like positive quotes that I may have seen or read somewhere to my staff, just to kind of uplift everyone's spirit. So that's just something I'd like to do. Now being positive doesn't mean that you're living in a bubble and you have to ignore everything around you. Being positive means that you are in the situation, but you don't neglect what's around you. So you make the best of the situation. The three things that I love to live by is, number one, see the positive side of everything around you, even when everything is negative. And then, I have a few slideshows, Ina. Rena, did you get those?
Yes.
Okay. So I have them all in that, so people can just look at them afterwards, but I just wanted to just go through those three things.
Absolutely. And Wendy, if you open it up on your computer, we can do a share and walk through it that way.
Okay.
So
Right.
I'm going to go ahead and make you the host. And
I don't know how to do that because it's
okay. Because I was actually unable to open
my daughter there trying to help.
Wonderful.
Okay, so I like to go with three things that are important when I'm trying to be positive. Number one, see the positive side of every situation, even when everything is negative. It's about, pulling yourself up even when everything is down. And it's okay to be down, we all can be in that situation. And I have moments like that with my, because we're in that profession, we're all compassionate people. So yes, when I see people suffering, it hurts for me to see people suffering. And yes, I do cry, and that's normal. But crying doesn't mean that I'm not positive or I'm being negative. It just means that I'm showing my emotion. And I'd love to share a beautiful story. So last Thursday, I think I was on my little bit of a down, maybe even a little, just cyclic and probably premenstrual, having my symptoms at the time and just very emotional. Mm-hmm. And so I was sitting and watching TV, and I just couldn't stop crying. I just cry. I think my kids sensed that I was kind of a little upset and down. So they kind of, whispering to each other. I didn't know what was going on. So the next minute I see them come down, and it was a little cup, and I'm just going to show that picture. I don't know if everyone can see it, but that's where it should look like this. And on that cup, it says, be positive. So they actually made me a little chocolate mug cake in the microwave, which was very sweet. But that just kind of melted my heart too, because, they sense that too. And they just want me to be positive in all this situation, because I keep telling everybody else. So that to me is just beautiful. And, I think the universe kind of takes care of you when you believe you need to be positive, and when you start seeing good in everything. I think things just happen. So that's number one. The next thing would be substitute like negative thoughts with a positive one, right? So maybe like when you're constantly just thinking of negative things, well, it's coming at you because you're watching television, you're watching Trump, you're watching people dying, and it hurts you. So just try to take a deep breath and say, okay, what is the best that's coming out? I'm here because I'm here with my family. I can spend more time with my family. And I can tell you, I have spent so much time playing board games and walking with my kids, and I don't think we've played as many board games as we in the past like we are doing right now. So I am so grateful that I can do that, right? And then the last but not least is taking a moment and thinking of 5 things that you're most grateful for. I think that is the most important thing, because when you're grateful, you're positive, right? It brings a positive thought, it brings a positive energy in you. So I think that's a really, really important thing to do. So if we can all do that, I think we would all be happy. Just even, it's just great. It just, when my kids even just say thank you to me for just making a meal, to me, that's very heartwarming. So I think we have to find gratitude in every little thing that we do, or every little thing around us. And this is more of a time that we need to be more grateful. So when the one thing that I have been doing in my office is trying to make all my my medical assistants and the other doctors who are in this panic mode exercise for like 5 or 10 minutes. We do this Zach Bush's, thanks to Rena, every day, and we do a meditation every other day. And it really helps everybody, because we go around the room, we ask everyone, what are you grateful for? And, and most of them are all grateful for just having a job. So we should all just be grateful for our families, for our pets, if you have pets, for having jobs, but this is the time that we need to just spend time with our families, because that's what we're supposed to do. And just know that, that we're all here, and the reason why this is all happening, because there is a healing that's happening, and we all know that. And maybe, humankind will come to its true sense eventually. And I'm hoping by the end of this, that's what's going to happen. This is my t-shirt that I'm wearing, and it says, humankind be both.
Love it.
So yes, so I just like to tell everybody, stay positive, stay healthy, stay strong, and keep smiling. That's all. That's all we need to do.
That is so beautiful, Wendy. You've brought so much of action-packed tips into what we can bring into our daily lives, from a simple prayer in the morning of gratitude to listening to prayers. This is the perfect time to bring faith back into our lives. So many of us have lost that connection, belief, whatever happens, happens for the best, and that I believe in the bigger plan. We've, I think, become very complacent with, I control everything, it's all in my hands. And when things like this happen, it's just a reminder that no, we don't always have everything in our control. And when things are out of control, it's important for us to recognize that that there's a beautiful poem, right, which says, God give me the wisdom to know what I can and cannot control, and to let go of that which I cannot control. And I think this is the perfect time for all of us to learn to let go of that which you cannot control. You know, we can't control who lives and dies because this virus is contagious, and it's not in our hands at this point. It's not in our hands when we are going to go back to work. It's not in our hands which company is going to fire home. Those decisions are being made at the corporate level. So these are decisions not in our hand. All we can do at this point is, to your point, just be grateful for what we do have. And what we do have is a choice to be happy every day. So put on some music and dance. I'm a big believer in laughter. There's a couple of people that I follow. I mean, those of you who've been listening to me for a while know I had 2 massive health crises. And the last one was pretty darn depressing. I mean, I was, semi-dead and 90 pounds and told like, there's nothing we can do with you. And it's pretty darn depressing to think, well, this is it. So how do you get out of that? How do you snap out of it? Well, I found that there's someone called Abraham Hicks, and her point is, if you listen to 17 seconds, I'm going to say this again, 17 seconds. If you can create 17 seconds of joy, then add another 17 seconds, then add another 17 seconds, it creates a momentum of joy. Just as if you have 17 seconds of sadness or 17 seconds of depression, it builds on it. So whichever train is leaving in the morning is the train you're riding that day, right? That's how you want to think about it. So when you wake up in the morning, the last thing you want to do is watch news or turn on TV, because guess what that first 17 seconds is? It's going to put you on the train to stress, train to anxiety. That's not what you want. So my challenge to everyone is to do everything that Dr. Wendy Duggal just said to us. And in addition to that, track your first 17 seconds, your second 17 seconds, your third 17 seconds. Be obsessive about where your first 10 minutes of your day are going. Obsessive. And make sure that you are filling it up, filling your cup with joy. So first 10 minutes of your day, no internet, no news, no TV, right? No Trump. You're going to start your day with prayer and laughter. I don't care. Read memes, watch funny cat videos, sing songs, watch a silly show you like, watch Friends. I'm at that age where we used to love Friends and all of their silly jokes made us laugh. Do what you need to do to get that first 10 minutes joyful, smiling, laughing. And the rest of the day, you should be on that train, which is a positive, joyful train. All right, this is great. Questions? Do we have questions for Dr. Duggal? Any questions? I'll ask a question. How are you seeing the cases out there, given that you've got exposure to what's happening? How are we doing in our neck of the woods, which is, of course, East Bay?
So statistics wise, we are actually doing well for now. We go by day, right? Because we just don't know. Today could be good, and then all of a sudden we have a surge tomorrow. But as for now, I believe if we stick to social distancing, we should be able to flatten the curve. We can just be hopeful and pray that this happens, but we are seeing the effects of this, especially in this area. We still, like Santa Clara obviously has high numbers. Alameda County and Contra Costa are behind, and we're actually seeing those numbers slightly declining. Now you got to remember that we're still going to see positive numbers, right? Because we're testing more. And just because somebody's tested positive, that's not a bad thing. It could be that they may have just cold, cough symptoms and they're just going to be self-isolated at home. There are very few patients who land up going to the hospital, and that's typically the elderly or someone who has asthma or who has other autoimmune issues. But overall, fingers crossed, praying, we're doing well. So let's just keep positive. Let's keep that positivity going. Let's keep up with the social distancing, and hopefully we can, do that.
Absolutely. No, that sounds great. Any other questions, folks? Do you have any particular meditation that you like other than the one that you shared?
So the one meditation that I have, where we've done it, I mean, I did it as a child too, was the light meditation, and I've done that with my kids too, just where you just close your eyes and basically focus on a candle or a light, and then you just bring that to your forehead, and then you bring it to different parts of your body, and you say that, may I speak only good, may I hear only good, and then eventually bringing that light to the universe, to the world around you, and then you end by saying, I am in the light is in me, I am the light. So that's the one light meditation that I've done from childhood with my parents as well. So that's the one that I know the most. And so that's the one I actually go to. That's my go-to meditation.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Yes, there's another question. How can we help other than stay home? Okay. What can we do to help doctors, nurses, the frontline folks, other than not leaving our home? That's a great question.
Well, the biggest thing is staying home, but if you really wanted to help, I mean, just check out in your community, there's the next door, like that's what we did in our neighborhood. We actually sent an email out to our neighborhood just to ask if anybody needed help. As a physician, I just told them if they needed help from me, I could give them medical questions, and Akhil would be available to go grocery shopping for them if they weren't able to do that. So that's one thing you could do. Now, some people are making masks, and I did ask John Muir today, and they said that, yes, they would be taking masks. If anybody's making masks at home, we're going to keep them just for when we absolutely need them. So that will be, I can just give you the resources. If anyone's interested, just email me, and I can just give you the information where you can actually send your masks for that. So that could be one thing that you could be helpful with. And then I think the most important thing is, yes, stay home, spend time with your family, because, this time might not come back. Hopefully it doesn't, but this is a precious time that we have. So don't take it for granted. I know it's making some people stir crazy, because it's like, oh my gosh, I can't get out of the house. I can't do the things that I love. We're very social people, right? We love to party. We love to go out. So now we can't even do that. So I'd say just find out where the help is and just be there, just ask in your neighborhood. That would be my only advice at this point.
No, that's great. That's absolutely great. I know we're having issues with protective equipment. Are you short at all? Can we help you or your team, or are you okay for now?
So we're okay for now. And when I had the meeting today, they said that they have enough to cover us for now. So like I said, in the Bay, we're actually doing okay. If we had that surge, we don't know what would happen then. Hopefully we have this time to actually, accumulate all of that protective equipment so that we could use it at that time. So for now, I think here in the Bay Area, we're doing okay. The rest of America, I can't say. I know New York is not in a good shape because, it came without any warning for them. Luckily, between our governor, our county, the medical officers, they're all actually doing a great job trying to plan for this surge if it were to come.
Dr. Wendy, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart. You've been so wonderful, such a great part of our wellness team. at Heal Circle. And of course, we're going to keep hearing from you, and we're going to keep staying in touch with you. We send you big hugs, and if there's
Thank
anything
you.
else we can do,
This is
just
to all of you.
yes, please let us know if there's anything else we can do to help. All right, let's move on to the next part of our stream today, which is going to be Falguni Dave, Falgu. We are going to make her the host. So let's do that. Actually, I think I'm going to have to reclaim host. There it is. And let's have you be host. And let's get Falguni here. All right, Falguni, can you hear us?
Yes.
Let's activate your video as well. Perfect.
Okay.
All right, welcome. How are you?
Good. That was amazing. Thank you so much, Dr. Duggal. Just listening to it made me feel better. So I'm really happy to be here, really happy to be a part of this community.
So what are we doing today? Now, one of the biggest challenges we have is that we're all stuck at home. We're all eating 5 meals a day. We've all put on, crazy amounts of weight. I can speak for myself, not that I care at this point. But, I think it's important for us to focus on movement and making sure that we're staying active. And so you're going to do a couple of moves with us today. So first of all, you run a wonderful organization called Back on Track that helps people stay pain-free physical therapy through physical therapy and movement. Tell us a little bit about what you're going to do today.
So today I thought that I would show you a stretch for the neck muscles. I had put it out on this chat group over the weekend and everybody was really excited. These are the muscles that are right here in this portion of your neck. They're called the scalenes muscles, and these muscles get really tight because we are constantly bent forward, we're looking down at our phones, we're working on our laptops, and these muscles, not only do they bend the neck, but they are also an accessory respirator muscle. So tightness in these muscles causes a person to become a chest breather, and so that is not what we want. Breathing is such an important part, taking in oxygen, and so today I want to show you all a real simple stretch that you can do anywhere. You can do it sitting. I'm going to do it sitting. You can do it standing as well, intermittently throughout your day, to stretch the muscles right here. So if you are all ready, we can get started.
All right, let's get started.
Okay, so we'll start by stretching the right side. So if you're stretching your right side, you'll take your left hand and you'll place it right underneath your collarbone. Then you take your right hand and then place it on top. Press down and in a little bit, and then bend your neck in the opposite direction. And then now right here, if you feel a stretch over here and your body's telling you this feels good, you can hold it. Or if you want a little bit more, you can tilt your neck a little bit further. Once you get to that sweet spot, you want to hold it here for about 15 seconds. Keep breathing. And you can also incorporate some jaw movement, just like this. This will help release some of the muscles in the jaw as well. Once 15 seconds are done, to get out of this stretch, you want to tuck your chin in, roll your head to the middle, and then release your hands down. Right here, I always tell my patients to do some shoulder rolls. So some shoulder rolls, maybe 3 or 4 in the backward direction, just like that. And then some shoulder rolls in the forward direction. Just like so. Then we can move to the left side. So to stretch the left side, you will take your right hand and place it right underneath your collarbone. Take the left hand, just like before, place it on top, push a little bit in and down, and then start tilting your neck towards the right side. Find your sweet spot there where your body's saying that feels like a good stretch, but it's not torture. You can just stay here, focus on your breathing, or you can move your jaw, so open and close your mouth. Just about 3-4 times. Once 15 seconds are done, again, remember to tuck your chin in, roll your head to the middle, release your arms down, and then end with some shoulder rolls. And when you do these shoulder rolls, you want to make sure that you are moving those shoulder blades over the rib cage. You're just not, this is not really what you're looking for. You're really looking to move those shoulder blades and loosen up all the muscles in between. And then you want to do some in the forward direction as well. All right, so that is one of the stretches. The second one has to do with what we call forward head. So this is that happens to us all day long. And a real simple, again, a very simple movement for this is what we call a chin tuck. And this one also, you can do it in sitting or you can do it in standing. And a chin tuck is where you tuck your chin in. You can use a finger from a hand and you can guide your chin in. And right here, hold it for maybe 2 or 3 breaths. And then release. And then we'll repeat it 2 more times. So you're tucking your chin. You're not squishing it back like that, but you're tucking your chin. You can guide it with your hand. Hold it in that position. And release. And then one last time, tuck your chin. And release. All right, so that was my exercise for everyone today. And these are important ones. These are easy ones. I want you guys to do these. Do them 3 to 4 times every day, and you will see a difference. You'll see a difference in your posture. You'll also feel more relaxed as well. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Falguni. That is fantastic. You know, I want to ask you a couple of quick questions. They say that there's a direct link between how we breathe and how we think. That people that kind of learn to pause during the day and breathe correctly, like you said, correct posture, feel better, they have less pain. You run a clinic. Do you see that? Do you see that people who suffer from pain or perhaps stress and anxiety, that they actually start to feel better when they improve their posture?
Absolutely. I mean, posture, if you just think about, let's just talk about our neck and, you know, our spine. And if you think this was your spine, your neck is like a big bowling ball that the spine has to hold. If you are in a forward head position like this, imagine if you had to hold a ball, a big heavy ball like this all day long. How stressful would that be? Instead of that, if you were to hold it like this and a little bit closer, it would be just so much easier. So what we are doing when we are in this forward head position is we're creating a tremendous amount of pressure in the muscles, not only the muscles, but then ultimately on the spine itself. And so correcting the posture itself would relieve so much pressure and pain. And posture isn't about holding it upright. It's not that, oh, when our mom used to say, stand straight, stand tall. No, that doesn't work because that's another stress. Instead of that, when you do these exercises, when you move in the backward direction, when you move them, then your body loves movement, and your body will automatically fall into that proper, what we call the neutral position.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Well, thank you so much. And I know we're going to see you soon again on another one of our live streams. But Falguni, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Questions for Falguni? Would anybody have any questions for her? Okay, then let's go ahead and just have an open conversation. Any other questions? Let's use our chat functionality, or if you are open. In fact, Ritu, I see you here, and I'm going to unmute you. You know, quite a few folks are working from home. And let's talk about how are we experiencing kind of a work from home, because I know a lot of people are facing this as a brand new experience, working from home, and not everyone's enjoying it. So let's talk about that. Oh, we have a question while others are joining on video. We have a question. Do you have a good stretch to start your day? Falguni, this is a question for you.
Yes. So starting the day is, so in the morning, most of us are a little bit stiffer because we've been in one position when we're sleeping. So rather than stretching first thing in the morning, what you actually want to do is perform movements. So since Rena was talking about working from home, most of the time people who work from home are working on their computers. So I would just do a simple routine which would incorporate movement. So you could start with the shoulder rolls that we spoke about. Mm-hmm. These, and I always like to keep 5 as my magic number. It's easy to remember. If you're feeling really good, you can go up to 10. Then move to rotate your neck. So your first repetition is going to be where you say, okay, this is okay, this is pain-free. And then you rotate your neck and count 1, 2, 3, because you just don't want to do that, right? You want to do it with purpose, just like that. You can, what we call, laterally flex your neck or bend your neck. That gives a little stretch right there. And then last but not the least, you want to squeeze the shoulder blades together. So this is really important because it sort of stimulates the muscles in between the shoulder blade area. So when you squeeze the shoulder blades together, the correct way is to squeeze them a little bit lower, sort of as if you were squeezing a pencil, the bottom of the shoulder blades, not higher, not like this. So you would squeeze gently, hold maybe about 5 seconds or so. And I always tell my patients to breathe because I just feel it's a wonderful way to incorporate breathing as well. So you can just count 2 or 3 breaths, release, squeeze, release, squeeze, release again. And then the same thing with your hands. You can just go like that to stretch your forearms out because you're going to work a lot on your hands. And that's it. And then that should be a good warm up for you. Stretching you want to do in between your work throughout the day, and of course changing the position. So if you're sitting, stand up, walk around. If you are standing for a long time, maybe lay down and do some more stretching or movement, just different types of positions.
Love it. Love it. Okay, that is so useful. Is the feedback. So that's great. That's wonderful. All right. Well, that's it, everybody. Thank you so much for joining today. We're going to do another stream on Wednesday, and we're going to have Dr. Joel Furman and his expertise. He's one of the renowned New York Times bestselling authors, and he's going to be on, we're going to have some of his information to share. So hopefully you can all tune in, and we will see you Wednesday. Remember, Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, 5:30 to 6:15, 6:30ish. We meet up, we do some stretches, we do some meditation, and I will see you all very soon. Big hugs. Mwah.
Thank you.